Hi, how you doing? So what I wanted to talk about today was chocolate bars. The idea is that I've never been, for many years now, I've been pretty relaxed when it comes to food, especially with clients, understanding that at some time or another you're going to make mistakes. Nobody can be perfect, and more importantly, you don't need to be perfect to get results. So with that in mind, the idea is that a lot of people like chocolate. If I was going to have a chocolate bar, is there a particular one that's better than another one? And we'll have a look at some of the worst to the best ones today. What I did, I just went into the local supermarket, picked up one of every single one they had there, and then we can see the big difference between having one bar from the worst to the best. One thing to mention when it comes to chocolate, which I mentioned with my clients, is that certain foods are trigger foods. And if a food's a trigger food, what it means is when I have one, I'm going to end up having like 10 or so. If chocolate's really like that for you, so if you have a chocolate bar today, you'll go on and eat a load more later, a load more tomorrow, then this is probably not the best option to try and use chocolate. There's plenty of other nice tasting food you could go to get, you know, that taste element you're looking for, the emotional element you're looking for, rather than the chocolate, which is going to send you off on a, you know, an unnecessary path of poorer and poorer eating. So assuming you can handle chocolate in small amounts, it doesn't set you off as a trigger, then a lot of people want to just have one bar. And the nature of the beast is they're very different from best to worst. So let's just take a look at some of the ones, starting off with the better ones, and we'll end up to see which are the highest calorie ones. So just a point before we get into it, a lot of people go on about trying to justify how dark chocolate's healthy, this, that, this. To me, they're wasting time. At the end of the day, if you're following your diet and you're on your diet, you pretty much know that chocolate shouldn't be really in there. Therefore, if you're straying from your diet, why would you compromise something? You know, if you're going to compromise on taste to have darker chocolate, we don't like milk chocolate as much, and then try and justify to yourself that it's healthy. To me, that doesn't work. You know, to me, I'd rather you just say, look, I know I'm not, you know, chocolate's part of my main diet, but I'm going to have some. I want some. Let's just pick the one I like. And if I can minimize the damage, which we're talking about here, then that's a good thing. This sort of stuff of, you know, half and half, you're never really free, you're never really on it. You know, you're kidding yourself if you think the chocolate's, you know, however you justify dark chocolate, blah, 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 is going to help your body. You know, it's not. So, if we look at some of the lighter chocolate things, well, the stuff that aim for kids are some of the lesser versions when it comes to chocolate. So, you know, at the very least one, we got this, which is less than 100 calories in a chocolate bar. You know, it's a couple of nibbles, it's 95 calories. The next one along there we've got is also this here. Again, another light bar. What's it called? Dairy milk. I don't know. Just for kids, I think. Another good one to have. Because like I said, these Milky bars in there too, they're all pretty light. They're all pretty, you know, low calorie. We've got this one here. A teaser. Where are we looking here? Sorry. Then a crunchy. Again, that's 140 calories. So basically, you can get a chocolate bar without much calories coming in. You know, I don't know what your calorie intake is, but if you're going for 1,200 calories, that's still less than 10%. If you're a guy, you know, 2,000 plus, then it's not a huge thing. So these guys here are much, you know, very low calorie when it comes to having a bar. Then when we come to some more higher calorie foods, we move into, like, these are in the low 200s. We've got things like this, don't know what it is, Malteser's Teaser. We've got packet dairy buttons. We've got Twirl. This comes in like 230 calories. So again, there's more to these calorie bars than the others. So obviously, you know, if you just do the simple maths, I could have 2 of these for 1 of these. So, you know, you can then ask yourself, which one would you want to do? Then some of the more denser bars we get, we're into like Mars bars, which is up to 250. Kit Kat Chunky's 250 calories. This is again 250 calories. And then an interesting one you get to something like a Bounty, for example, which is pretty much a lower calorie thing. It's 140 per half bar. Now in the olden days, you used to have these a lot smaller, but now we seem to be having that they've made them in a double. So there's 2 of these in here, if you see it folding, it's 2 of these. I couldn't see any smaller one. So obviously if you're going to eat both, most people are going to eat both, then you're up to 280 calories. So it's at the higher end. Same here with the Twix. These have been downsized recently. They used to definitely be a bit longer. This is now at 260 calories. Again, if you have one, it's down in the lower calorie bracket. But most people, when they open the bar, are going to eat both. And then as far as single chocolate bars, not extra size, not double, not king size, the king or the worst would be the Yorkie. This is coming in at 300 calories per bar. Obviously, it's quite a thick, heavy bar. But again, these used to be bigger and longer back in the day. So the point you're seeing is with these different chocolate bars, if you take a look at them down there, I'm in a bit of a mess now. they're all chocolate bars, yes, but that's not me working on camera. But there's a big difference between just having one bar, taking the worst of the best. Now, obviously, it doesn't take a genius to work out these real light bars. If I have 3 of these, then all of a sudden it's worse than one of these. So you still got to play with the mathematics. But if you are going to be having a chocolate bar, and this applies to anything, packet of crisps, chocolate bar, don't think they're all created equal. Because what you'll often find is mentally, emotionally, you just literally want to have that one bar, and you'll actually be quite contented having one of these lighter bars, 110 calories, as you would 300 calories for this one thicker bar here. So take a look at the table, below this video, and you'll see them all in data. But if you're definitely going to be having a chocolate bar and it keeps you in the game, this is the big thing. If you can keep in the game by having a chocolate bar that doesn't overly destroy your calorie intake for the day, then that's really powerful, because then you can enjoy the diet, stick to the diet, and get the results that you want. It's bringing a bit more thought and logic to that whole system of moderation. As ever, subscribe below. Any questions, contact me, and I'll catch you on the next video.